think about that, and if anything
worries.
pops up, you know.
See someone else get a hand. Let's see. Actually, what's the time? Sorry.
I'll ask one.
Show the time first.
Yeah, just it's.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really quick one.
Yeah.
John, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Yeah.
You
She
do
taught me
regular-
all about fan fiction. That
Yeah, we're talking all that.
fear of mine is finding
Blades of Glory fan fiction.
homoerotic, fan fiction between me and Pedro.
John!
That's the whole movie.
John,
Well, I'm
what?
trying to-
You're supposed to all gonna be
Is that a fear?
Here's the question. What Hogwarts house are you?
What, Hogwarts house?
Yeah.
Do I want to be in or was I assigned to?
What
Everybody's
Hogwarts?
innately assigned.
Because I
to
was
that.
assigned to Ravenclaw, but I'd rather be.
Check your answer carefully right now.
Says the silver-haired lady. I'm Slytherin, clearly. What would I want to be in? I think. Well, I mean, is it Gryffindor? It just seems like it's like where all the cool kids go.
Common misconception.
But Hufflepuff seems pretty.
Oh
right.
God.
It's so
underrated.
Oh my God.
Ravenclaw, right? I know I'm not power seeking, so I don't care about Slytherin. This just turned into a Harry Potter panel.
Why was Hermione Gryffindor not Ravenclaw?
She's brave.
She's super brave.
She's
Yeah,
brave.
'cause
She's
brave. It all
intelligent, but
comes
she's
out.
not
It's
just.
the most important thing we could all have is
If
bravery.
obnoxious.
No. Bravery also gets you in trouble.
What?
Princess Mary. I said.
I got into Disney. What is this?
How'd you end up on the game Quips?
What?
The game Quips, the DVD.
The game?
There's a board game,
Oh, is it?
and I'll let you want to go.
Oh, yes, Quip It.
Quip It,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun story. So back right before Napoleon after Napoleon was shot, but it hadn't come out in theaters yet. And right in between, I didn't have headshots. I wasn't SAG. I wasn't like official at all. I didn't have agents. But this company that my sister-in-law worked for said, hey, they'll do headshots for free in exchange, whatever pictures they take of you, they, give to a stock footage company. And I was stupid and retarded back then. And I don't know, I signed a thing that said, yeah, sure, why not? I never used the headshots. And in exchange, over the next couple of years, I saw my image show up on certain things. So.
Oh, it's a fun game. I got it because of you, so
Oh,
thank you.
Well, the equipment for stealing that from me. So we got one here.
How was it working with the cast and crew on the bench warmers?
Bench warmers was one of the funnest ones I did because it was almost like a vacation because it felt the least like work. Like some, a lot of the other projects I've done, like Blaze of Glory, you're working out and you have to it's physically demanding, and other ones you're studying up on the role. But bench warmers, I kind of played the retarded guy again, and it was really good weather, and we were always outside, and it took a long time in between shots, so it would just be me and David Spade and Nick Swartz and hanging out and playing hacky sack. We just would all day long just play hacky sack, and they had the best craft services ever, the best food. I think I gained 10 pounds off that set, so that was a lot of fun. Those are my professional memories of bench warmers, was food and hacky sack.
Thank you.
If you were gonna die in the next hour, what would be your last meal?
Another magazine question.
Yep.
Last meal?
Yeah, well, because I read this article about actual last meals for serial killers, and they're actually really interesting and tell you a lot about your personality.
Wouldn't you just pick your favorite food?
No.
Why would it?
First of all, you can stick it to the man and say, I don't want anything. Or you can be
Or I'd order everything
Or
and
you
then be
could-
sticking it to him.
yeah.
I want this imported from China. I want this plate.
You can have a man that ordered pie and said, save it for later to the guard. And the guard was all creeped out and quit his job.
Sounds like you wanted to answer your own question.
No, I want you to answer my question with the real answer.
Well, I mean, spaghetti and meatballs is always kind of a good staple. Can't lose on that. But What? I'm sorry, it is. But I like a good, let's see, sushi maybe, or
Sushi is good.
there's a lot of Japanese dishes I like. Yeah, some good sashimi and oh, yes.
Excellent
Terrible
combination.
combination.
This is the best, crap food for you out there.
Who else?
Yeah.
So how did you get your role on Just Like Heaven? Did they call you for it? Did you have to go in an audition? Because it kind of seemed really suited for you.
Oh, that one was, I think I met with the director, and we just met and talked, and he liked me, so he gave me the role.
Gave you that part?
Yeah. That was, and that was like the first, I think, film I did right after. So it was a lot of fun, because it's like, Reese Witherspoon was awesome, and Mark Ruffalo was awesome, like, really nice people, and yeah, it was kind of like relaxing role again. I always play these guys just really. It's very therapeutic.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
If Napoleon if he could meet any, if Napoleon could meet any fictional character, who do you think he would want to meet, and why?
If you meet, or if you, who is he want to be?
Meet or be?
Napoleon, he would he'd probably love He-Man, or probably the Beastmaster. Love to meet the Beastmaster. So much is like, I mean, he's a warrior. He's strong, he's confident, and he can command the creatures of the forest on the land. And Napoleon has a love for animals, as you can see, the chickens. Actually, it's funny because he does, and yet when he's up, he wants to have a loving relationship with parents. But if you notice in the movie, he doesn't. I mean, he hates Tina. He hates the chickens. The horse, as I'm writing at the end, yeah. He's like, well, it's a beautiful state. He wants so badly to be like a warrior on a horse, but he just has a hard time in real life. But you're right. If he could be whisked away, Beastmaster.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know how you went about choosing your roles, what you're going to play. Like, what do you know you
probably a lot of actors do that. And, if it speaks to you, if it has something that you feel you can bring to the role, something that you want to play. I've got lots of, offers in the past where it's just, it doesn't, the project itself is, sometimes the role's okay, but just the project doesn't really like, so, yeah, if it's just something you can connect with and feel like, okay, I can own and pull some of myself out, but then there have been other roles where I really, I want to challenge myself and I want to play that. So, I don't know, it just depends on the project. If you want to really challenge, you want to challenge yourself with each one, and you want to do your best. But sometimes there are ones that you feel like, I want to add that to my arsenal. That is, along the lines like Napoleon, Clark Reedy, or some of these guys. And then something like, in Blades of Glory, there's like, how do you want to play an Olympian figure skater? I'm like, all I could think of was Johnny Weir.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know what I could bring to that. So yes, absolutely, I'd love to try to do that, because I knew it'd be a challenge to learn. And it was my first role where I actually had to be good at something. So I like that.
Who drew the picture that you gave to the girl when you asked her to the dance?
Oh, it was an independent film, so we do everything ourselves, so I did.
Oh.
Who else? So we're gonna hire an artist. So we got the best artist on site. I drew Trisha, Pedro and the Dragon, which was one of my favorites. And all the drawing, you know, the drawings in the beginning with the opening title credits, and you see the warrior girl. Those are all mine. I didn't do the Liger is my favorite. That's fine. I didn't do the in the beginning where he's drawing the unicorn. The unicorn was drawn by. It's so stupid that I bring up these little details, but I'm hardcore about this. The unicorn, I would have drawn if I had time and if I had known they needed it, but they didn't tell me, so they drew the unicorn. But I drew the fart coming out. Yeah, because that's what Napoleon would do. He'd finish this masterpiece, but how do I? This class is so boring. I got to do something. Yeah, no, it was. That was one of my favorite things. Was doing. I made sure I was like, please let me do the artwork for this because I know exactly what you're going for. Because I knew those kids in like middle school and high school. I was an illustrator, a drawer myself, an artist myself growing up. I liked to draw, and but I remember those kids who kind of thought they could draw. And they would do like that weird cross shading thing, or they do all these little like things that they clearly learned in a how to draw book, and they like figure, but they would do it to the umpteenth degree and they like kill it, and so and like the proportions would be a little bit skewed. Like Trisha looks like a Sasquatch, but it's almost kind of good, but not quite. So I really was excited to do that. And the Pedro and the Dragon was literally right in between. So I was like drawing as fast as I could. I was like, how do I make this look as stupid as I can, but good, and like, that was a challenge. I loved doing it.
Over here. Yes.
Would you ever do any sci-fi originals or like Sharknado 2?
Sharknado 2.